Konnichiwa and welcome everybody back to Chron Reviews. It's time for another Beast of the Mesozoic Raptor series Raptor in 1 to 6 scale, and this time it's the Atrociraptor Marshalli, which is one of the raptors I picked because it had a dark color scheme, nearly black, with red feathers as a contrast, and I love that red and black combination. It's also one of those more unique raptors because it have some features that differs from the other more long snouted Velociraptor and stuff. It had a shorter snout and it had a little bit more of a bulky look to it because of that, and it used its teeth more than the sickle claw, at least as that's what they are speculating about. And the box itself, it looks really nice, just like the other ones. It have a nice artwork here, and it says Atrociraptor Marshalli 1 to 6 scale dinosaur action figure, and you can see the specs of the figure there. And there is also the other raptors on the back, and you can slide this. Let's see if I can manage. But this one does not have, I think this is one of the early releases, this one does not have the, this one sits very tightly. Okay, but there's instructions underneath this instead of more raptors that you can get. So there's the instructions that are usually on the instruction sheet underneath this, and you can see the artwork more clearly here. I don't think this one includes a collector card, so you have to look at it here instead. There is some information about the dinosaur itself. And here we have the Atrociraptor Marshalli out of the box, and I'm already in love with it. It have a lot of fresh sculpture from the Velociraptor, and while it does have a little bit fewer accessories, well, basically the rods, I will show you that right away. It comes with the base. I think the base sculpture are pretty much the same on all the raptors, but they're coloring different part of it to make it look different. And this one is more of a woodland base, woodland or grasslands, or maybe mountain. And it does have only one rod, which is this one, the middle-sized one. And it does have the different parts for attachment, but it does not have the curved extra part, sadly. But it does come with the alternate toes, like the other ones, and you can just put them inside the base here on 2 pegs if you want to store them. And the raptor itself, it comes with articulated neck, articulated jaw, and ball jointed tongue, and it have pretty nice neck movement as well, like the others. And it have a ball jointed arms and cut jointed elbows and hands. The legs are ball jointed, and there are knee joints and ankle joints, foot joint, toes that can change angle, and a posable sickle claw. And also the torso is jointed, and there is the tail joint, which you can detach and put in one out of 2 sockets, like that. And this tail was attached separately, and it's bendable. The difference in sculpture I can see from the Mongoliensis I have and the Osmolskae, which are both the same Velociraptor sculpture. This is more like the Dromaeosaur part of this line, which are a little bit more blocky and bulky in their build. The torso seemed to be about the same sculpture as the Velociraptor, but they added these feather parts on the chest, which make it look a little bit more bulky. But I guess since they are feathered, they have a lot of options with just add and remove parts to make them look slightly different. And the legs are the same here, I think, but there is a thicker part here. So this part are new, and I think this one is a little bit thicker. But then it's having the smaller wing of feathers here, so the Velociraptor have a lot bigger feathers on the arms. And then of course the head is new. I think maybe some part of the neck as well. The head have a lot deeper skull and shorter snout. And it's something about that that looks very, I mean, I like it. It looks very attractive in a way, with a raptor that looks a bit different. The sickle claw are a lot smaller, and the feathers on the tail are broader at the end. So the tail is new. And the paint job is really nice. I love this paint job because you can see on the snout it's some sort of tint of blue into that beige color. And it gives a lot of colorfulness even though it's a very dark color scheme. There's nicely painted eyes and nicely painted inside of the mouth with nicely painted teeth as well. And there's also this nicely painted skin tone on the hands and on the feet as well. And there's those nice red sections in an overall black coat of feathers with some nice brown dry brush on it, and some tints of blue a little bit here and there. That makes it look like some of those birds with black feathers with some oil looking tint of coloration in the feathers. I really like the paint job. It's really nice. And the sculpture is also really nice and fresh from the Mongoliensis. It adds nice variety. And I think they did a really good job on this one. And here we have the Atrociraptor in a slightly running pose with its jaw wide open. I think this is aesthetically pretty neat, and I really love this sculpture. It sort of landed as my favorite for now. We'll see what happens when I open up the other ones. But I sort of missed the other rod parts, but as long as you have a few spare, if one raptor is placed like this, you can have like the spare parts not used from another raptor, because all those rods are interchangeable anyway. It's not like anything is specific to one raptor, so you can always enjoy posing options by borrowing parts from other raptors to do this. And as size goes, here is the Velociraptor Osmolskae, and the Atrociraptor comes off as a little bit more bulky, so it's slightly bigger in the terms of bulkiness compared to the Velociraptor with its slim build. And I think that's pretty much what they are after. You can see the difference in size of the sickle claws there. This one has a smaller claw, but it said that it's used its jaw a lot more. So I like that they do those small custom things that makes specifics for the species in question. I think that's really neat. And you can also place I forgot to show it, the backdrop for the box is a woodland environment on this one. So you could place it behind it in the display cabinet to make a nice little display there. I think that's quite cool that you can use those. And then we also have a size comparison to Black Rock Shooter 1:6 scale. All of those raptors pretty much scales up to the same sizes. I don't think any one of them are that much extreme difference in size between each other, because they haven't done any bigger species like the Deinonychus and stuff. I really wish they did, and maybe they will in the future. I hope they do. But as for now, it's the Velociraptor, more turkey-sized dinosaurs. But they scale well with this figure, and I'm happy with that. Well, an exception is the smaller ones in the environment packs, like the small Troodon and stuff like that. And I will review some of those eventually as well. So what can I say about the Atrociraptor? It's pretty much my favorite for now. because I like the dark, simple scheme, yet very striking colors, and I like the overall aesthetics of this Raptor. I really love it. I don't know why, but the Velociraptor mongoliensis is not my favorite of this line. It's a must-have, but not my favorite. I think this one for now landed as one of my favorites. So I hope you enjoyed the review, and until next time, take care and sayonara.